me, G. Man, I need a haircut. Anybody on today? I know it's early, a little early for me. I've been awake since 4:30. I was gonna go hunting and I said, nah. I need to go hunting. I need to kill something. FEMA has stepped in and they are blocking all aid coming to and from the mountains of North Carolina. Blocking all aid. They're at the airports blocking aid. They're on the interstates blocking aid. FEMA stopping anyone from helping. Give you another minute to get in here. My loud truck sounds like a tank. A muffler blown out. So, the lease for the mining of lithium is approved today. Yes, and not JD. The lease starts today for mining lithium in Glen Alpin, North Carolina by the Piedmont Lithium Company. The purest quartz in the world is found in Gaston County, North Carolina, exactly where the storm happened. FEMA is in charge, working hand in hand with Blackrock to steal all the minerals. Oh, they're easy to control now. They're done, JD. There's no fighting back. They can't fight. They don't have a home to fight in. They have no food. They have no money. They have no residence. They have nothing. And guess it, this is a thing that people don't understand. FEMA are on the ground and they're telling people, hey, we'll give you $750. We'll give you $750. If you want the money, we'll give you $750. Fill out this application. 90% of the people are being refused the $750. Guess who's being allowed? Guess who's being approved for the $750? The ones right there within that mining area. The ones directly in the mining area. It's a $750 loan, and if we renege on the loan, guess what? They have officially signed over rights to their property with that contract. How you like them biscuits? $687 million. Was it either million or billion? It's one of the two. Has been transferred from FEMA into HHS to transport and to house and to fund illegal immigration. All the money for FEMA went to the illegal aliens, just like I've been telling you all along. This whole storm was all man-made. What's up, Jake? The whole storm was made. I've got a video that's posting now. I made one yesterday, and I just took, you know me, I'm always cluster mind. Squirrel. Remember, here's the timeline. I want you to go back. Let's go back in time. Go back in time to the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. It was on every TV station, all around the world. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard's pooping in Johnny Depp's bed. Old humanity. What was going on the exact same time of that trial? Do you remember what was going on? That was the Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein trial. Remember that? So they played, instead of playing that trial with child trafficking, they played the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, wall to wall. We never knew who the victims were. We never got to hear who the perpetrators were. We never heard anything about child pet predators at all. Still top secret to this day. Fast forward to now, what did they start 2 weeks ago? What famous celebrity got caught up in child trafficking 2 weeks ago? P. Diddy. Now, what did P. Diddy have to do with a hurricane? Because P. Diddy, all that garbage going on distracts people from what's happening over here. The hurricane is what's happening. On mainstream media, you might get 45 seconds of hurricane footage, and that's it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Just straight, well, there was a storm here and people are in bad shape. Okay, that's it. That's all they mentioned. So, what was the other thing that came out right before the hurricane got here? Remember, I told you about it. You remember? Anybody remember? Anybody else recall the big news on the East Coast right before this hurricane happened? the port strike, where the union leader said, I'm going to cripple the East Coast. Isn't that convenient for them to cripple the East Coast where they can't get supplies, where they can't get chainsaws, generators, they can't get anything they need off the ships that's in the Gulf? Isn't that convenient that they shut down everything? Now you go to Walmart, people are like, look at all the goodwill. People are buying all the stuff from Walmart and helping out. What great people. No, the shelves are empty because there's been no deliveries. It's amazing what they're doing. This is all, and guess what? Boom. And the Lahaina, Hawaii, directed energy weapons. What company was behind that? Does anybody in the audience know? Come on. Anybody know? Blackrock, Vanguard, the same ones behind the Trump assassinations. Who do you think owns the mine in Glen Alpin, North Carolina? Piedmont Lithium. Who do you think owns that? Blackrock, Vanguard, State Street. You cannot have a company that's bigger than the economies of countries. Larry Fink should be hung from a tree on the top of Glen Alpin. He should be hung from a tree and his body swaying in the breeze. That's what should happen to Larry Fink. They're stealing the land. I told you it was going to happen and nobody believed me. Hurricane comes up and it's not even a strong hurricane. It wasn't even a strong storm. It wasn't strong at all. It comes up and everybody said, oh, it's going to go to the west. It'll veer off to the west. What'd they do? They fired up the towers. And you can see it on the maps on my community page. They fired up the towers with electromagnetic energy, pushing the storm. Literally, you can see it was like this right here. All the electromagnetic weapons fired up, pushing the storm so it would circulate, dropping 48 inches of rain in a matter of hours. I know, I lived through it. At the same time, before the storm, people reported looked like little blue pellets. It looked like Tide Ball, like the Tide laundry detergent pellets they were finding all over the yards that was dumped from airplanes right before. And on my community page, I got a FlightAware app, and on that FlightAware, it showed a plane circling that exact area, going really slow. I wonder what that plane was doing. It was dumping the chemicals needed to intensify the hurricane. There's no way to stop it. They're taking it. They're going to steal it all. There are thousands of bodies underneath roads and bridges in North Carolina right now. Just in one day, they just got on one road, was going along the creek bank, and they found over 1,000. We are at war. I shared on my community page also this morning a new kind of tank that the U.S. military has broke out. And it's got a new kind of camouflage. Anytime they change the camouflage, anytime our military changes the camouflage, that means it's going to be a new area for war. It all looks like an updated version of the jungle war from Vietnam. They're bringing it. They're bringing it. You need to understand. Get off the East Coast. Nobody will listen to me. My kids will not listen to me. So I can't leave my kids here. They're going to steal the land and they're going to get away with it because no one cares. All the big ones that's supposed to be on our side, not a word. Steven Crowder this morning in there joking, making fun of Kamala Harris, talking about abortions and plane flights and garbage. I mean, just a smile-headed, it's just a storm. Steven Crowder, the words out of Steven Crowder's mouth was, an act of God. God did not do this. God did not force that hurricane to happen. There are 10 more. There's one coming right now. It's supposed to be here by Friday. Another huge storm in the Gulf. At the tip of Florida right now. Just an act of God. Nothing to see here. Why is it? And this is the worst part. You realize how sick and tired I am about being right all the time? I haven't been wrong yet. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a truther. I am awakened. I'm not woke. But nobody will listen. These people are stuck on their roofs, in the attics of the houses, hiding. They ain't had food. No power since then, because there's nothing left. The National Guard is now blocking off all interstate travel to the mountains of North Carolina. Why would they do that? Why would they stop the aid from coming in? Wow, I wonder, why would they do that? They want to impose the most pain they possibly can on the innocent men, women. These people have had these homesteads for years. See, they've been fighting this lithium mine and actually winning in the court of public opinion. But nobody's bringing attention to it. Nobody in the mainstream media has made the connection of courts and lithium mines and bad storm. Nobody's made the connection. No one. The mine was originally slated for 1,500 acres. That's not a very big mine, okay? But I read this morning with that 90, I think it's like 98% pure quartz. I know, I was a kid, I've been in the mountains. I've had the quartz in my hands. It's beautiful quartz. Now they're saying that's used for that they have to have that quartz for the free energy that they've discovered. What's up, Vito? So that free energy ain't for you and me. It ain't for us. It's for them. They're taking everything. Nothing is new under the sun. If they got to use a storm to wipe America out, they're going to do it. And guess what? I shared another post on my community page this morning. Earthquakes all over the place, all over North America. Earthquakes. 3.2, 4.4, 5.9 earthquakes. And I'll tell you this much. I was hunting at my property 2 weeks ago, and I didn't mention this to anybody. As I'm sitting on my ass on the ground in the dirt underneath the pine tree with my crossbow in my hand, I felt the earth move under my feet. I felt the earth move underneath my body. And we've had it. We've had earthquakes here. We've had one of the worst earthquakes in American history right here in North Carolina. We're on one of the largest fault lines there is. The guy told you, and I shared the video, the guy was on the Sean Ryan show, and he was a plumber. Not just any old plumber. He worked at the Antarctica base. We're talking beyond confidential, beyond super the highest security clearance in the planet this man had. He exposed the earthquake machine, the directed energy weapons, the voice of God weapon. All this can be generated from Antarctica. Every bit of it. Why Antarctica? Because Antarctica surrounds the world. Yeah, we're not on a globe. Not going to get in the story with you, but we are not on a globe. Sorry. I take a cup. If I take a cup and I put water in it, what happens to that water? It flattens out. Right? There's no way the water goes round and round in that cup. If I suspend a round ball inside that cup, is it going to surround the whole ball? No, it's just going to go to flat. Antarctica surrounds the whole world, and an ice wall surrounds the world. So from Antarctica, boom, they shoot down, and they can make an earthquake happen anywhere. Just like with directed energy weapons, they can zap us any way they want to. Our government implanted me when my truth towards me to death. You're a real target, implanted to everyone knows that this country gets everything it deserves. We don't even have to be implanted anymore. I shared a video on my community page as well, where that one guy, I can't remember his name, Russell something, and he was talking about resonant frequencies. They don't need to implant you anymore once they have your DNA, which guess who just bought up Ancestry.com's database of DNA? Who do you think bought that up? I'll give you a minute to chime in. Anybody want to guess who bought up all the registries for DNA in the world? I'll wait. Blackrock. piled up all the DNA information in America and around the world. Why would they buy up our DNA information? To get our resonant frequency. If they have your resonant frequency, they can control your mind, they can control your heart, they can control your body. They can find you anywhere on the planet and strike you dead instantly. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a question to ask. Has anyone seen the moon the past 7 days? The moon. Have you seen the moon? I haven't seen the moon in 7 days. The Bible says that the moon will go dark. If it isn't God, then the evil ones are doing what they do. And from the James Webb Telescope, they say there is an armada. This is a CIA top secret information that got out from the Pentagon. There is an armada of the Sumerian gods that are coming this way. Sumerian gods, the Nephilim, the fallen angels, are headed this way. Now, you don't have to believe any of this, but the Bible predicts everything that's happening. The Bible doesn't say God will make earthquakes, God will make storms, God will have hurricanes, God will make fire. The Bible doesn't say God does any of that. God just said it happens. It's happening now. We are at war. And people aren't even paying attention. When there are, and I shared this with you guys before the storm came, going up and down the road, up the mountain. I showed you guys. I said, look, there's another military truck on a trailer. There's another military. Every day, I'm seeing military trucks being driven up and down the road, well, down the mountain, coming from west to east. I'm getting pulled over right now. I gotta go. I can't afford a freaking seatbelt ticket. He let me go. He let me go. Hello. State trooper pulled me over. Is anybody here?